Hello folks, welcome to Walkie talkie. I want to talk about our new and coming to be Prime Minister Andy Burnham. Now, what I've seen right away is actually a bit of a shame. He's getting clowned from every angle going. And if you remember when he was going from Manchester to London on that Avanti West Coast train, right? The carriage's air conditioning unit failed and every others is fine. Right? That train left about 8:30 in the morning, and prior to it leaving, it actually came up from London, I would say in the region of about 5 o'clock in the morning, and it had only been on the track a couple of hours, leading me to believe the Wembley TMD staff knew about this issue, did nothing about it, and sent the train on for that day's duties. Right? Why was it only Coach H's aircon was dysfunctional or otherwise faulty? Right? And I have to beg the question, and I know I sound a bit tin hat, but that's fine. I welcome it. Hi Colin. Right? I believe the aircon in that carriage had been rigged. I strongly believe it. I'm aware I've went into a bit of a rant about air conditioning rather than talking to you about Andy Burnham. I'm solely aware of that matter, and normal service will resume in a moment. And I think that was clearly a rig up, and not just a rig up, but I think that was making him feel the burn, right? And I think that's pretty shitty actually, because he has nowhere to escape. That's a full train, and also bear in mind the train has no openable windows, even in emergency openable windows. It's just that for up to 3.25 hours. Now, I don't want to rabbit on about Coach or whatever national stress motherfucker. Right, Manchester to London is actually in the area of 4.5 to 5 hours. I'm not telling them what to do, but these big buses do look quite nice. The air cooling on the buses is always really quite good. Got your own board toilet, leather seats, and the best part is no fucker in their right mind who try to strum up a conversation and disturb your peace. Right, that over. Ding dong! Right. I'm going to have anti-train sometime soon. Note to self. Anyway, yeah, I think he's been unfairly treated. Actually, I know people are going, oh, swap him shite for jobby. Right, at least we got a dirty, evil bastard out of number 10. That is the right thing. Hold on until I tie my shoes. But I think we've done the right thing. Dirty, evil, fucking crooked little trollop that Keir Starmer is, and I'm not letting him down for being caught trying to do dine and dash with guys' penises. You know, I'm just going to have to say it every time I do a walkie-talkie. I'll mention it. He dodged the door for dial-a-dick. The Polish, no, Ukrainian version of dial-a-dick. And what I seen, the communication between Vladimir Zelensky and Keir Starmer, it did kind of look a bit like dial-a-dick, but for Ukrainians. Like, sus as fuck. Remember Craigslist folk? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Pat pat. I do have some hope for Andy Burnham. I really do. Nothing could be worse than Keir. Nothing could be worse than Mongol Boris. Did I just say that? Right. He, as in Andy Burnham, seems to have strategy and a goal-orientated mindset compared to Keir Starmer, a cock-minded mindset. Right. I think Andy could potentially do some good, and I think the people that have been dogpiling and daubing his name actually, if they're all just cutting about a silver spoon up their arse and shite on their lips, Jesus, that's not particularly safe. Jesus. Oh my god. This is a walkie-talkie being done live as usual. Dog matter. Fuck it. I'm no wrestling a fucking XL bully. No thanks. You can keep your benefit dog and ram it up at no, I'll redo the insult. You can take that fucking benefit dog and ram it up your arse. Was that a bit salty? Don't get me started about drinking on state money. Oh, anyway, what's that about? Oh, alright, okay, that's fine. So yeah, normal service resumes again. I think he's been daubed on way too hard. He hasn't even got his foot through the fucking door. His feet, whatever, I know, plurality, lol. But yeah, I genuinely think people aren't giving them amount of time to actually go, you know, like, they're not even letting the moth be held up to the flame before judgment. He has changed Manchester massively with the B network, bus network, because at one point Manchester bus network was fucking horrendous. It's changed massively and things have become quite a far shade more unified. I could talk about that in our walkie-talkie, I'm just keeping it simple. I do believe he can change the UK as and make it better for a common person like ourselves. People are just not given enough time, and people are just gumping on like they know, when in fact frankly they don't. Keir Starmer was too busy fucking bumming rent boys to actually know how to run the country, or he was in other countries, touring other countries, here, there and everywhere. I mean, that 17 days out the country on a 31-day month speaks volumes, but never mind. Ah well, but I certainly am looking tentatively hopeful that, and I want to have that tentative hopefulness that you can at least maybe make one or two things better. I know he doesn't have a magic wand for everything, but you know, give a guy a chance. I've been talking for ages. 10 minutes. Anyway, yeah, so I think that's really where I want to kind of end things. The biggest punchline is all these critiques that have been gumping on about him being shit and using the Kier chant but swapping the name over. They lack insight and they lack even patience to try out the guy, put him off to a flame type thing, to see if he's good or not. I think you need to give him a chance. Scottish people definitely are very guilty of this one, where instead of giving people chances, they just cut people down left, right and centre, and that's that. But ultimately, yeah, you know, if in about a year's time he's absolutely dog shit useless, then yeah, aye, mowing away all day long. That's what I definitely would say. If it turns out that he is going to take a prime ministerial role and take the country under a bus, pardon the pun, then yeah, mowing away. Like that, yeah. Like that as well. But anyway, folks, enough moaning for now. I'll catch you later.